Hi everyone, so in today's video I wanted to do more solving equations, and that's basically because this used to be like one of my favorite topics at school. So I just want to basically play around with an equation and see how many different ways I can solve it, because I think this is incredibly fun and interesting, and you get to see just different ways, because it's fine if we know different ways to solve the same bit, as long as we either use the most optimal one, which could be the fastest one, or the one that we find more easy to understand. So I've got this equation I'm writing right now. So I've got 5 over 6 brackets 2x plus 2 equals 1 over 4x plus 3. So I can do so many things with this one already from the start. I'm like overly excited. So I think I want to call them method 1 and 2 and see if, or maybe 3, who knows, I can just play with it for as long as I want to. So I'm gonna go method 1. So let's see, what do I want to do with the first bit? I think I'm gonna go on and multiply this fraction inside the bracket and see what I get with that. So that means I've got 5 over 6 times 2x plus 5 over 6 times 2, and I'm doing absolutely nothing to the other side. Okay, now I want to look at these fractions and simplify them. So the 2 with the 6 simplifies, which is fine. So go 5 over 3. I'm left with x plus 5 over 3 equals 1 over 4x plus 3. Good. So nice. I feel like I don't want to continue working with fractions, maybe, or maybe you do. What would you do? Would you continue leaving them as fractions over here, like just work with 5 over 3 and 1 over 4, or would you just make sure you don't have the fractions anymore because it's just like meh? What would you do? I feel like I have options. Should I do both options? I'm gonna do both options. So I feel very. So got option 1. Let's see, option 1 is where I don't want to have fractions anymore. So I'm just gonna multiply this whole bit by 3 on both sides, I think. Yes, so let's go with that. I'm just gonna copy it again. Okay, so I want to multiply on both sides by 3, because I don't want to see these fractions there anymore. And if I multiply by 3, the denominator becomes a 1, which just makes my life easier. So I'll go 5x plus 5 equals, but here I need to be more careful. I go 1 over 4 times 3, which gives me 3 over 4 x plus 3 times 3, which gives me 9. Again, I'm left with a fraction over there. I don't want to see the fraction there, so I'm going to multiply on both sides by 4, so that I'm 100% sure I don't have this fraction anymore, and it just makes it easier for me to do calculations. So 5 times 4, that's 20x, plus 5 times 4, that's 20, equals 3x plus 9 times 4, 36. Cool. Quite nice. So what I want to do now is, like, obviously I can do either the numbers first or I can do the x's first. Personally, I like moving the x's first, so I'm going to take away 3x on both sides. So that gives me 17x plus 20 equals to 36. Then I want to take away the 20. So I get 17x equals to 16. I'm going to divide by 17. So I get x equals 16 over 17. Hip hip hooray. That's quite a nice fraction in a way because it's fully simplified. I don't have to do anything with it. So I like this one. I think it's a really cool way to do it. I'm gonna try the option 2 where I leave the fractions as they are, and I feel like I might complicate my life a little bit, but you know what? Let's just play with it. It's a playtime, so going with it. So I'm gonna copy it again from this point. It's exactly the same bed. So I still want the fractions over there. I don't want to get rid of them yet, but I want to go and see if I can do anything with the x on this side. So I'm gonna take away 1 over 4x on both sides. I feel like I'm complicating my life, but let's see what we get. So 5 over 3 x, take away 1 over 4x plus 5 over 3 equals 3. Okay, so I need to see if I can take away these two over here, or I can just leave them as they are at the moment and just take away the 5 over 3. That's what I'm doing. So I'm left with 5 over 3x, take away 1 over 4x equals to 3, take away 5 over 3. Perfect. So this way I have x's on this side and just the numbers on that side, so I can just go on with the fractions and play with this a little bit more. So I want a common denominator there, so I'm going to multiply by 4 this one and this one by 3. So that gives me 20 over 12 x, take away 3 over 12x. And on this side, this is 3 over 1, so I want this one to be 9 over 3, take away 5 over 3. This gives me here 17 over 12x equals, this one over here gives me 4 over 3. Okay, so what do I want to do? Again, I have so many possibilities here that I'm very excited. I can just multiply by 12 on both sides, see what I get. I can actually just divide by 17 over 12. And because I've been playing with fractions all the way, let's just divide straight away by 17 over 12. So this gives me x here, and now I need to be very careful. So 4 over 3 divided by 17 over 12. Now I need to be careful with that because this is the same as, and I kind of want it to fit on this page. So I've got 4 over 3 times 12 over 17. So now I need to be careful. I can simplify the 3 and the 12 here, and that gives me a 4. Perfect. So I've got x. So here that's 16 over 17, which is exactly what I got over there. Oh, I like these options. I quite enjoy them. So yeah, I've just, obviously, if I look at these options now, the fractions one is just way longer and it can get more confusing with adding and subtracting fractions over here. I think personally, I like this method a little bit more. It's shorter and it just, to be fair, it's not so confusing, and I don't need to know or to be careful with a lot of things related to fractions if I don't feel so confident with fractions. So I feel like this is quite a nice, I like option 1 a little bit more out of the 2 I've tried for this one. Good. So this was method 1, where I've basically multiplied the fraction in with the brackets over there and simplified this. So I want to try another method where I don't actually do that. I do something else, which I don't know what would be that something else. So let's see. I'm gonna still think about it while I copy the question again so that I have it on this page. Okay, so I've got this as well. Now, I can take the 2. Oh, I can play so much with this. I can take the 2 outside, simplify it with the 6, get 3. Oh my, but. Let's call this method 2. What do I want to do with this method? So let's say I don't want to multiply and I want to leave the brackets as they are at the moment. So this would mean I want to make the fractions go away. Let's think about this. So I basically want to multiply by 6 on both sides. Yes, I think that's what I'm gonna do for this one. So I'm basically doing the number in front of it here first. So I'm leaving the fraction, the bracket as it is. So this gives me 5, 2x plus 2 equals, 6 over 4. Do you want to leave it as a 6 over 4? It's actually the same as 3 over 2. Let's put it as 6 over 4, and then I'm gonna do another step for that. So I've got 18 because it's 6 times 3. So 5, 2x plus 2 equals, this is actually 3 over 2 because I am simplifying it, plus 18. Okay, so I don't want the 2 there. I'm filling no fractions this time because the other one had way too many fraction calculations. 18 times 2. 18 times 2, 36. Okay, now I can do a couple of things. I can multiply the brackets over here, and I think this will get me to option 1 that I had on the other side, which was my favorite. So I might just do that as an option 1 now as well. So if I multiply the brackets here, it will take me to option 1 here, which was my favorite method on the other, my favorite option on the first method. Do I want to do that? Or do I just want to keep going on with fractions? Because I will have to divide by 10. Do you know what? Let's go option 1 and option 2 again, because I feel like I want to have fun for this. So I'm gonna go with option 1. Option 1 again. So I get to this, and I'm gonna multiply the 10. So 10 times this and 10 times that. So 20x plus 20 equals 3x plus 36. You've seen this before. I'm just gonna very quickly go over exactly the same steps. I'm not doing anything different, but I quite like this. I quite like trying this and getting to the same answer and being like, but I've started differently, but I get the same thing. I quite like this, I think. Great, so this is the one I've got now, which we already kind of know from the previous one that this was my favorite option from the other one. And personally, I think I quite like getting rid of the fraction here before I multiply it. So if I would have to choose between this one and the other one where I multiplied the bracket first here with the fraction, I kind of like this one a little bit more. But my favorite way of solving it. So let's go with option 2, when again I'm gonna stick with fractions. So I'm getting all over the place. I wanted to get rid of the fractions, but now I want to put the fractions back on. I mean, perfectly fine if you ask me. Okay, so let's say that means I'm dividing by 10. Already these lovely bits on this side, they're gonna look like some interesting fractions. So 2x plus 2 on this side, which is manageable, but here, 3 over 10 x plus 36 over 10. Ooh, I can actually divide this and be like, this is 0.3. Ooh, should I do that? Put a 0.3 and a 3.6. Bring on the decimals. I'm so actually considering this than actually working with the fractions, because I don't feel like I want to take away 3/10 x on both sides. Do I want to do this? Do I just want now to split this option 2 into option A and B and just play with it? Decisions. What do I want to do? Do you know what? I have been doing both things. So I'm gonna do both. Things. I think I'm gonna do both things. So how am I gonna split this? Oh, now it feels like my page is not big enough because I want option A and option B here, but I don't think I have enough space. So I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna take this and just split my page a little bit more. So I'm gonna go like this. Sorry if it's not like proper straight line, but I feel very like I want to play and I want to try everything. So I'm gonna go option A and option B. So option A, don't say anything. I think it's fine. So that's 0.3x plus 3.6. Oh my goodness, what am I doing here? I want to take away 0.3x on both sides. I've never played with decimals like that, I will be honest. I've never had a 1.7x plus 2 equals 3.6. And now I want to take away 2 on both sides and get 1.7x equals to 1.6. Hoo-hoo. And this will give me some dividing by 1.7 on both sides. That gives me x equals to 1.6 over 1.7, which is 16 over 17. But oh my, have I just been a little bit extra? I think I have. Okay, option A. Good for option A. We've got some decimals over there. Okay, option B, which I feel like I won't have enough space to fit it over there. But at the same time, I kind of want it to go here somewhere. So I'm gonna squeeze stuff around. Okay, so I want to, or I might do things at the same time. So I might just like skip steps and don't make it so obvious. I want to take away the 3 over 10x on both sides. Okay, so I might want to do this, and because I want it to fit over here, I'm just going to very quickly take a post-it note. I'm going to do some calculations over here to make sure I'm not making mistakes when I take it away, but I want it still to fit on that page. I know, me all over the place, but it's fine. So I've got 2x take away 3 over 10x on one side. So this is 20x 20 over 10x, take away 3 over 10x, which will be 17 over 10x. Okay, so this is what I'm going to write. I'm going to write over here 17. Oh, please. 17 over 10x plus 2 equals 36 over 10. Okay, now I'm going to take away the 2 on both sides. I'm going to actually continue my solution over here. So I've got 17 over 10x equals, again, I'm going to go quite quickly. So 36 over 10, take away 20 over 10, that's 16 over 10. Now I'm going to divide by 17 over 10. So I've got x equals 16 over 10 divided by 17 over 10. I'm in such an extra mood for some reason. Got exactly the same thing as I was supposed to. Okay, now I have to actually just stop for a second and take a look at what I have here. So I've got 2 methods. Second method has 2 options, and the second option has another 2 options. Oh my, I went all over the place. If by any chance you're still here and you enjoyed me having lots of fun with finding out just basically different ways in which I can solve an equation, and I think it was so much fun for me personally. I enjoy this. I enjoy looking at the question, trying out like different methods. So I will have to be honest with everyone. I have to say that the first method with the first option is my favorite at the moment, followed by the second method with the first option as well. So these are kind of my favorites. But then I quite had fun, to be fair, with this like decimal bit over here. I was like, ooh, I like this. It's basically the same as the option B, but this one was put as a decimal. This was left as a fraction. It's the same idea. But I quite like this. So yeah, if you manage to stay so long to hear me ramble and discuss like different options and all of these methods and stuff like that, just yeah, put an emoji, any emoji, in the comments down below. And yeah, I can't wait to speak to you soon. Enjoy the day. Bye.